Greetings, and welcome to another edition of I Pledge the Grind podcast. I'm your host, your double E, Ina Esco, and I want you to join me today for chapter 29 of the I Pledge the Grind podcast. Now, this podcast is all about how we are out here on the grind in the midst of COVID-19. A lot of people are still pursuing their passions. They are still grinding it out. They're not letting anything stop them. And a lot of people have made major pivots to make sure they accomplish their goals. So today I have with me the Angela Blair. She is an artist here in Memphis, and I recently played her song on WYXR 91.7 FM Memphis, and she was going crazy. Hey, Angela.
Yes.
How are you, lady?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
You're welcome.
This is my first interview. So.
Yes. Well, welcome to the show. I've been following you on social media for quite some time, and I think you are an absolutely wonderful singer. Your range is amazing. Your performing style is amazing. Like, baby, you ain't half stepping on that stage. Like you moving and grooving, like like you've been doing this for a long time. So Angela, I want you to let everybody know who you are and tell us about your grind.
Well, again, I am Angela Blair. I am from Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out to my city.
Yes.
I'm an R&B singer, and I've been doing this forever. I like to think of myself as an entertainer because I like to have that connection with the fans. I like for them to feel my energy. I feed off of their energy. So it's a complete total experience when it comes to me and my artistry and my music. Yeah. When it comes to my grind, I'm a hard worker. I put my all into what I do. I'm not a quitter. No matter what, yes. I feel I'm very strong-willed, and I'm going to do what it takes to get to where I want to be in life. And that's not just with music. That's overall in my life.
Yes, I love it. I can feel your energy too. And like I said, I've seen your videos, your content that you put out there, and you definitely have a connection with the audience. Like, you're engaged with them.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of live performances in Memphis, and everybody don't do what you do. You have like that special sauce. So I am loving it, Angela. So let's talk about your world, this past March when COVID-19, hit, how did it affect your world overall?
For the good, and, there was some bad as well. I moved back home in 2017, and when I first got here, I had just came from college from Nashville, so when I was growing up in Memphis, I really didn't know much about the music scene. I wasn't able to get out there because I was a minor. I wasn't like some of the artists that were able to sneak into places and things like that. So it wasn't until I came back home when I had the opportunity to try to figure out the music scene. This year for me, I felt it was my outbreak season. People finally started realizing who I was and that I was here. So I was getting those opportunities. So I had a lot of things, set for going forward. Before the pandemic happened, I had just released a new song. All of My Love, actually, I released that in February. And I was in the process of getting ready to shoot the video in April, and then that's when the pandemic happened. So a lot of shows and festivals and things that I had lined up, of course, were canceled. I had to push the video back. I lost out on a lot of income. Yeah. So those were the biggest hits for me. But at the same time, the pandemic, it actually gave me a chance to sit back to figure out exactly who I was, who I wanted to be as an artist. Yes. Try to rebrand myself, get my creativity juices flowing some. So there was a little bit of mixture of good and bad. So I'm grateful for the pandemic. But when it first happened, I'm not gonna lie, I was heartbroken. I was just like, no,
I know,
I'm finally being able to do things that I want to do in the city, and now I can't. But
Yeah, I understand. Well, I mean, it looked like you haven't missed a beat, Angela. And, something that I just heard you say, I didn't realize you were that young, you graduated college not too long ago. Like I said, to me, you seem such a seasoned artist, like demand the stage. So that's definitely a trait that a very successful entertainer should have. So let me ask you this. When you came from Nashville to Memphis, I know Memphis is a very tough market to break, like one of the toughest markets. So tell me how, right now is really your outbreak season. Like, tell me about some of the challenges you had to face with breaking into the music scene in this particular region.
Mm-hmm. Well, when I first, like I said, when I first moved back home, I really didn't have an idea of what the music scene looked like here in Memphis, because I didn't get to experience that. But my first opportunity, actually, a friend of mine from college, she reached out to me when I moved back. I moved back in 2017, and he's a spoken word artist, and he was like, I need someone to, kind of sing for me, background for me while I'm doing a little spoken word. And I was like, okay. So that was my first opportunity to perform in Memphis. And after that, that's when the connection started rolling. But I kind of saw, I don't want to say this, I love my city, but when I first moved here, I felt like it was a little bit of a clique type thing. Mm-hmm. People had their picks, their artists, and I don't even think it's just for the music industry. It's just like that, and I don't know why. So it was hard for me to kind of break my way into it. And then I know my style is also completely different. Mm-hmm. So I felt there wasn't a platform per se for me to do what I love to do. And it kind of made me feel as if I had to kind of alter my style a little bit just so I could start getting that exposure before I could really show who I was as an artist. And once that happened, then that's when I was able to start doing a little bit more of, what I want to do, who I am as an entertainer.
Wow, Memphis, something serious, baby. Memphis is different now,
but it's really hard here. But I feel once anybody breaks it here, then they can pretty much go for it, because our city is very hard.
Yes, but we breed talent here in Memphis. That's what I know for sure. So I'm glad you were able to break through that little stage. And
I'm
Angela,
still, finding my way through.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you're well on your way, lady. How would you describe your style, Angela?
My style, I would say, definitely R&B, sweet, soulful, but energetic at the same time. Like I said, I'm an entertainer, I'm a dancer. In school, I was actually a dancer. I didn't do music in school. I was a dancer, but I went to performing arts schools. But very entertaining, very relatable. You can feel that connection. But yeah.
Wow. So who are some of the artists that you look up to and have been influenced by?
I have so many musical influences. You're gonna be like, Angela, you're all over the place. But
I probably would think Tina Turner maybe a little.
I was gonna say,
I can tell by your style. I can tell. I see it. Yes.
But definitely Tina is one. I love Aretha Franklin and Anita Baker. Of course, growing up, Whitney Houston. I love Fantasia, Beyonce, Usher, Jamie Foxx. That's what I was like. I'm all over the place. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, Angela. Now, would you mind giving the verbally effective girl? I'm on my other podcast. Would you mind giving
the
grind audience a little taste of All My Love? Just a little something. See, you can sing at the drop of a dime. That's what I do know. Can you just give us a little taste, Angela?
Yeah. You've got all of my love, all of my love.
Yes.
Hey. You got all of my love.
Yes. Bravo. Look, when I was in the studio playing All of My Love, I turned it all the way up. I was like,
Angela Blair. Thank you. That meant so much to me, Ada. I have no idea how much that meant to me.
I was so happy to play it for you because I do know it's a lot of talent that's here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they can't get their songs on the radio. Like, it's such a struggle for them to do that. And now I have an opportunity to help people like you. So,
Yeah.
you know, and like I said, I've been following you for a while, and I really like your grind, lady, and I want to see you succeed. So, you know, once these COVID doors, you know, go away, I'm sure we can work on some things in the future as well.
Yes, I would love to.
Definitely. Okay, Angela, will you let everybody with I Pledge the Grind know, what is the biggest lesson that you've learned since the impact of COVID?
Business wise, on that level, I would say definitely to have some type of residual income lined up, which I was in that process of getting things ready for that. But now that COVID has happened, that's one of my main things that I've been working on as an artist, to make sure I have other streams of income coming in and not just depending on, the live entertainment segment of the industry. A personal lesson that I learned was to just learn how to embrace being, still, learning how to take that time for yourself, no matter how much time it is that you need to regroup and refocus, because sometimes in life we all need that. And this stillness time has really taught me a lot about myself, helped me dealing with some of my battles that I've been facing. And I just feel like this whole entire pandemic has been very necessary for me.
Yes, I like that you said that, it's been necessary because, think of if this never happened, how much we would still be on the go, just,
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with being on the go, but a lot of us rarely have time to get a break,
Yeah.
So I think in that aspect that COVID has been really good to us to just reevaluate our lives in general.
And what's most important.
Yes, definitely. Because you know what? I haven't spent this much time with my family and I don't know how long. So, it's like you're really being reintroduced to your loved ones. So I'm enjoying that. But I want you to tell everybody what you got going on very soon for the birthday.
Well, for my birthday, since I couldn't go out of town, I was like,
where were you going?
To Jamaica.
Well, you know what? You'll be there around this time next year. Okay.
Yes. But since I couldn't do that, I was like, what is something that Angela wants to do that she hasn't done? And first, let me say this, Ina. So I've been performing around town and things like that, but I've never had an opportunity to have like the Angela show.
Yes.
So I'm going to put on the birthday concert. And that's going to be my birthday present to myself. Wow. So on Friday, November the 13th, Friday the 13th. Whew,
Friday the 13th. Oh, we got a Friday the 13th this year. Okay.
Yes. I will be having the Angela Blair show, and it's going to be streamed live via Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Yes. And I'm very excited about that. I finally get to have my show.
I know you're going to let them have it, Angela Blair. What time does it start?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Okay. Yeah. Well, let everyone know your socials so they can definitely tune in for your big The Angela Blair show on November 13th at 7 p.m.
Yes. So on Instagram and YouTube, you can find me at The Angela Blair, and Facebook, Angela Blair.
Wow, amazing. Well, I hope you have a wonderful show. And before we go, I'll have one last question, Angela.
Okay.
Why do you continue to pledge the grind? Why do you keep pushing? Why is that so important to you?
For me, it's not only am I super passionate about it and it's what I love doing the most, but I feel like it's so much bigger than me. I have to keep pushing because I have a purpose to fulfill. I have people to help, and my message that I bring across in my music and just in life in general, it is to help others. It's to help uplift others and empower, especially women, and people need to hear my story. Like, it has to get out there. Like, just one person that I can touch, if it's just one person, you know, whose lives I can change, then I know if I've done my job. So I have to keep pushing and pledging the grind until I fulfill my purpose. And even when I do that, I still gotta keep going.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Well, you are definitely blazing trails, lady. You know, I honestly, I didn't know that you were around the age that, you know, you are, because I thought you were like much older, just based on how you perform. Girl, based on how you perform and the live shows that I've seen, like you out here, Beyonce out here, like
it comes from the performing arts days in school.
But you see how everything you've been through has led you here, has helped you with your grind, with your craft. So that's amazing, Angela. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing everything that you have coming up. I'll be tuning in on Friday the 13th at 7 p.m. for the Angela Blair Show. And thank you so much, lady. And I'm definitely keeping in touch because we got some work to do together in the future.
Ina.
I'm serious.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I know I keep saying that over and over, but I really do.
It's okay. I love helping others, and I really appreciate you for coming and sharing a part of your journey on here. And I hope it encourages other artists like you that are trying to figure it out right now, because a lot of people are stuck right now, Angela. Like, hey, they have stopped. They didn't know how to pivot, and you have. So I hope that this podcast will encourage them as well. So thank you so much, the Angela Blair.
The Ina Esco.
Yes, and look, I'm gonna play all of my love again and again on Sundays on WYXR. Yes, I am.
Thank you.
Thank you, lady.